Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
everything, this should be fine though. Our distance plus the mic's position. We got our headsets. Got my sunscreen. Got my flippy floppies.
Got my sunscreen and my flippy floppies. We're live, by the way. Hello!
And if I flex, it says King of the Beach. Or sorry, Hero of the Beach.
Oh my god. Alright, what, Flex something? What was his name?
Flex Mentallo?
Yeah, that's it.
the Thinking Man superhero.
The Thinking Man superhero. Yeah, he like once flexed the Pentagon into like a square or something in the comic books.
SCP-9112.
No,
Flex Mentallo is to be kept and is not to be contained.
No, I think it was a circle. Anyway, can we talk about how amazing Days Gone is for a minute?
Object was found wandering in Los Angeles, flexing at Muscle Beach. See addendum number 1.
Oh my god.
I was just thinking, where would Flex be? And I'm like, well, no, he wouldn't be like hiding in Montana or something. He'd just be like on like specifically the Muscle side of the Muscle Beach. Because that's precisely where he'd be. He's got to be on the coast, and he's got to be somewhere sunny.
Probably. Hey, so can we talk about Days Gone?
Can we talk about Days Gone? I think it's time that we talked about Days Gone.
Dude,
I think us, as a nation, we need to open up this dialogue about the wonder that is Days Gone.
By the way, if it was at my house, he got a scooter so he can like come over.
Seriously though, Days Gone is really good, and I want to hear you talk about it.
What's that?
We'll just wait. We'll just act like this kid is waiting patiently as we discuss a game that's actually
yeah. But yeah. So Days Gone. I just got. Oh my god, the fucking breaker, dude. The fucking breaker.
Okay, so tell us about what is the breaker. I'm gonna act like I haven't played Days Gone, so the audience.
It's a big zombo.
Okay.
It's a big zombo that eats other zombos.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the game, I think it was sort of established that the zombies will occasionally actually fight each other, once in a while.
Yeah, and before, so I was like really low on supplies, and as it turns out, there's a lot of stuff to scavenge around this breaker, dude. Thing is, every time I scavenged stuff, I got killed because I kept trying to like use a bear trap on him.
Hold on, let me lower my volume.
Okay, technical difficulties.
Yeah, like way down there, because I can hear you with my ears. How do I go back there?
I don't. Did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyway, but yeah, so this is the mission where you gotta like go to where Schizo's like, hey man, I know about this place with medicine, and you have to go get the medicine for Boozer, and and when you get there, it's like a Ripper camp, because it was like a crash site where like a bunch of medicine stuff is, right? Do you remember this mission?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that you have to go like through an entire like Ripper camp to get there.
Yeah, you had to go through like a bunch of Rippers, which I did, but by the time I got through the Rippers, I had like one piece of health left and like no more health items.
Tic-tac of health.
Yeah, because of the machine gun guy. Because that machine gun guy kept fucking me up, and I went through like all my healing items just trying to kill him. And then when I finally got...
if the Ripper camp was its own camp and you go there and they just have way better guns. It's like, oh yeah, here's like a flamethrower and here's just an MG you can get really early on.
Yeah, seriously, what the fuck?
Here's a cool hat.
So then I had gone through that door, right? And there was like another guy with a machine gun that I did try to kill for a few times, but then I was like, fuck this, and I just snuck by.
You can just scoot by him.
I just scooted by.
Imagine how that guy's day is. He's just like, alright, got my MG, I just gotta patrol this area until it's nighttime, and I switch off with what's his name. And then you hear like distant gunfire, like, oh, that's the forward guard. There must be someone coming this way. No.
Yeah.
I think I might have hit his engine. No, I didn't.
No, but then I got to the breaker, dude, and he killed me like immediately because I only had like one bit of health. And eventually, I got to where I would like run away from him, and he would just be looking for me, and I would be looking for stuff to scavenge. And I found like a bunch of medicine items and like stuff to make Molotovs, and it was great. So then I
figured out what I did wrong.
And they were like, oh.
What I gotta do is I turn my volume up, right? Then I go to the group chat. I go to you, and then I mute your audio because I'm right next to you. Now I can hear the game's music, Hold on, let me turn that down. Just
Are
a little bit.
are you muted as well? Wait,
No,
but then
it just
can
mutes
they
you
hear
from
you?
my end.
But then can they hear you?
They can hear me. I'm not mute. I'm not muted. It's from my end. I can't hear you.
Can they hear me then?
I'm pretty sure we're recording from your end, though.
We are, so I wonder how that works. I don't know.
And press the PlayStation button on your thing.
Oh yeah, it's,
As long as we're transmitting from your end, we'll be
yeah. Okay, alright, so we still got voices going. But,
good. So the things that we've learned about the Breaker
the
is
thing that we learned about the
a lot of
Breaker-
the zombies don't have great senses. They're actually not as like when you start the game, you feel like they're gonna be really like perceptive, and then you have to hide your footsteps in the sound of like rain or snow or whatever. But actually, not like they're most perceptive when they're in a group and they can alert each other. But for the most part, they're actually a little clumsy.
Hang on, I'm testing something for a minute. Testing. Oh no, wait, that's not the video that's currently recording. This was a
Now let me
different
try on my
video.
end. Let's turn on all of our devices and see if the stream is working.
Wait, I gotta make...
Oh look, they're streaming right now.
Oh, they're
I'm gonna
streaming
turn
right
that
now.
on.
Wait, are there voices coming through? Okay, but so both of our voices are coming
Yes,
through?
it works.
Okay, cool, it works. We've confirmed that it works. Anyway, so the Breaker. So basically, I eventually figured out that I was going all about it all wrong, because I was being like super creative and shit. Like I was using bear traps and like using dynamite, which did a big bunch of damage. And Molotovs, I was pulling out like all the stops, and then eventually I decided to just shoot him in the head with my sniper rifle, and it did so much damage, and I was like...
It turns out his weakness is bullets to the head!
Yeah, so I would basically just shoot him with my sniper rifle, right? And then I would like run away, put some distance between us until he like lost track of me, and then I would just go behind him and push the focus button and then shoot him in the head again.
Yeah, you get that Red Dead focus.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I played Red Dead after I played Days Gone, and when it was like, oh, you hit like L3 and it slows down time, I was like, this feels so natural. But, yeah, it's...
But yeah, so I took like 5 shots with the sniper rifle, and I killed him. I didn't even use the dynamite on him that time. It wasn't worth the effort. I was like, no, I can just snipe him.
You know, and the crazy thing about the zombie thing is that, like, it's gotten into other species, just not as many as you'd think. Like, I don't think there's any zombie deer, oddly enough.
Are there zombie wolves? Because I keep getting attacked by wolves, but they don't seem zombie-ish.
It's sometimes kind of hard to tell, but yes.
There are infected wolves?
There are, in fact, zombie wolves. I think they're called runners, and you can tell them from regular wolves because they are much faster.
Yeesh.
Like, insanely fast.
Oh, jeez.
There's also zombie bears, don't tell.
What's that?
You'll have to watch the episode to find out.
Well, that was just a dick thing to do.
But it's a surprise for when you play Days Gone.
Oh no! But yeah, it's so good. It's such a good game. I love my bike. I love my guns. I love my sniper rifle. The sniper rifle is so awesome. I don't use it that often, but when I do use it, it feels amazing.
Yes.
I love that. I like it a lot better than the crossbow. The crossbow is cool and everything, and I got like...
was kind of like your bread and butter for a lot of that game, from my experience.
Really, my experience was the opposite, because as soon as I got like a sniper rifle, I haven't touched a crossbow since, and I got a new crossbow, but I don't use that either, simply because I like shooting things from a distance.
Yeah, that's interesting. If the game allowed you to carry the crossbow and the sniper rifle or something,
Oh, I carry both of them.
What?
I'd carry both of them if I could.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that it's like the crossbow is a like short to medium range, like a silent weapon that you can craft ammunition for. So it'll get you through basically the whole game if you used only that, and maybe like a melee weapon. But like, it also gives you a sniper rifle and if you can take out targets from like a massive range, you've got this whole different advantage. But also it has less ammo, so it's like really hard to balance it. It's like put a crossbow on the sniper rifle.
All right. By the way, Taylor's at my house tonight. He has a scooter now, so he can just come over whenever.
Scooting around.
Just scooting over. But yeah, so this is Phoenix Wright. Welcome back to this game.
Yeah, we're playing Phoenix Wright. It's episode, what is it?
23.
23.
We gotta talk to him.
On our last episode, we traded a ultra rare card for an ultra rare premium card, so Penny could complete her collection.
We traded an card for an card.
Yeah, and now and then we gave, what's his name again?
Cody Hackins.
Cody Hackins.
Is that like hack and slash with a sword?
That makes sense, actually. We gave him the ultra rare premium card because when we gave him the original card, he's like, I'm gonna need something a little better than that. And then we're like, wait a minute, so we went and traded and got an even better one, and then we gave him that, and he's like, wow, this will complete my collection, which is funny because like I don't think it'll complete his collection because now he needs that other card to complete his collection. He needs the regular ultra rare.
Didn't he say he had a bunch of others of the same card at home?
Maybe he did. I guess we all got a pretty good deal out of this because now we got some complete collections.
Yeah.
Dude, what if card games were like how they are in the kindergarten game, where if you actually do collect all of them, like you win something weird?
Huh.
Like imagine if that was a thing where there was a collector's card game, and if you actually got them all, it would like send you a treasure map or something.
Oh no, all I know is kindergarten was weird. I didn't play it, but I watched Jacksepticeye play it.
There's also
I woke up this morning a bouncing baby boy, ready to start the day, and then you came in and fucked up my life. I can't remember what all the dialogue was, but it was like something along those lines.
Something. You know, there's a kindergarten too.
Yeah, did he play it?
I don't know.
I feel like he must have.
I follow 8-Bit Ryan, and he played that. Highly recommend. He is fun, his edits are fun, and he's nice. And I like him.
Yeah, he's alright. I've seen a few of his videos.
Recently, I saw a Italian guy who plays the slap bass, and his thing is like, slap that like button. And at first I thought that was just a thing, and then I realized, oh, it's a slap thing. And his edits, for some reason, I just find his edits hilarious because it'll just like randomly like zoom in on like his mouth while he's saying something, or like he'll just stretch the image. There's just something about that really basic form of comedy where you're just editing the image that just really makes me giggle.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with this. I'd like to at least get to the trial tonight because we've been gathering information for a long time now.
Oh yeah, well that was the setup. This is the heist.
Right.
You gotta do your setups first.
Right. So, you like the Steel Samurai? He's so cool. I guess. You're judging him by his looks. You have to look at his actions.
But I like his looks. He's all steely.
I feel like I'm trying to do an impersonation of like the Grim Reaper from Manual Samuel. You gotta do it manually.
Oh yeah, what did they say? It's like, oh yeah, holy feces.
Holy feces, dude.
Please don't use that voice. It gets real.
Holy feces.
Just go with you had a kid voice. I told you to watch the previous episode. So
I did watch the previous episode. I only got to see a little bit of it though because I was playing Days Gone.
I usually watch like the tail end of the previous episode to remember where we left off.
Yeah.
That's just what's it called?
Yeah.
Due diligence.
Yeah. I'm being lectured on life by a grade schooler. You like him too, don't you? Oh, me?
I feel like this guy would have the Naruto voice, just straight up like same voice as Naruto. Right? Like,
yeah, probably. I don't know if I can
Especially
do a
with
good
his smiles like
Naruto impersonation, but like I'll try. I love the Steel Samurai. So, tell me what. Nope, that's
we'll just
not
think
a Naruto
Boruto,
voice.
but it's dad.
I don't know. I don't remember what Boruto sounds like. I stopped watching that ages ago. Not because I lost interest, but
Okay,
like
how about
I go through phases with
your
anime.
best? I was gonna say do your best Monkey D. Luffy, but then you'd go Scottish for some reason.
I am rubber and you are fat. Don't you dare touch my hat.
If I didn't know. Oh. And then what was it? And then I drink a ton, and then I pee a ton. Do you know how
Do you know how much
Rubber
rubber
bladder can
bladder can contain? My father was a chest tube and my mother was a rubber band. You do the math.
That explains so many things.
Hey, sorry I broke your daddy's statue and punched you in the face. Think we can still be friends?
Why did they choose the weird Scottish accent for the?
I mean, it works.
It's sort of.
It works on so many levels.
I mean, it works, but only specifically because like that's how I see the abridged version of that character. You know?
Yeah. That's Nun Piece, by the way. It's a One Piece parody, and it's called Nun Piece. It's made
I'm
by.
pretty sure it only has like 4 episodes.
Yeah, it's got like 4 episodes. And there's like one big crossover episode where they crossed over with like Soul Eater and Code Geass, that one that I never watched. You ever watched Code Geass? I've never seen it.
I think so. I feel
It's
like
on my list, but like I've got such a long list of everything. Animes, of games, of comics. They're like
my focus sucks. I think I read 2, maybe 3 entire pages of Fables. I made a little progress.
You've made a little progress, but dude, it gets amazing. Like
I know. I just
like. Dude, the basic concepts of writing are actually characters within this comic book.
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina is a fucking character. Every time his name is spoken, he pops up and is like, no, it's not time for me yet.
We all know that who Deus Ex Machina really is.
Who?
11-year-old Frankie Muniz.
Who?
From the 2000s.
Frankie who?
He's not getting my Harley Quinn cartoon reference. We saw that episode together.
Wait, but I didn't hear the name. It was
11-year-old Frankie Muniz.
Frankie Muniz?
Her childhood crush.
Oh yeah, that guy!
He's the real Deus Ex Machina. If only we had a Deus Ex Machina. Hey guys, I'm here to save you.
But no.
Sorry about the Deus Ex Machina, but at least we got this guy randomly helping us out.
But no, not just that, but like all the different genres of like fiction are characters too. Like romance is a character, and sci-fi is a character, western is a character, there's war, there's blockbuster, and blockbuster obviously is like, you know, the muscly Schwarzenegger, Stallone, dude.
You said blockbuster, and I was like, not to be confused with, oh man, that's gonna be even more confusing. Not to be confused with the DC character Blockbuster, who's very obscure. He's like a D-list
who's not
Batman
to be
villain.
confused with the Marvel Blockbuster.
Who's some kind of other... Yeah, there's and the only reason I know about him is because I had to look him up because he was in the Telltale game, and I don't think anyone said his name. He's the tall gray guy.
Wait, was he in the Enemy Within?
No. I'm talking about the Batman Telltale.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Evil Within is like the second season of Batman Telltale.
Not to be confused with the Evil Within. No, he's
Enemy Within, not Evil Within.
You would remember, if you haven't seen him, then you just haven't seen him yet. But you definitely remember him because he's
But I played both seasons. I played all of Telltale Batman, and I just don't remember him.
You don't remember a tall gray goon?
No!
It's just the tallest, grayest goon?
I don't think he was very important.
He was. I mean, he was kind of like the Indiana Jones kind of mini boss.
Was he on the Children of Arkham one, or was he on the one with the Joker?
We're still talking about the Telltale games, right?
Yeah, the first season the enemy is the Children of Arkham, and in the second season the enemy is the Joker, and also Amanda Waller and like Harley Quinn is there.
I'm talking about.
Are you talking about season 1?
I'm trying to remember who he was working for at the time.
Did Alfred have an eye patch, or did Bruce have like a hole in his ear?
No, not yet.
Then it was the first one.
I think it was in the first one. You're infiltrating some kind of mob boss's like club, and of course his mini boss is Blockbuster. He's this tall gray guy who's got very durable skin.
Wait, didn't Enemy Within start with him infiltrating some mafia place?
I think, yeah, maybe that's how you missed him or something.
Then Batman would either have a hole in his ear or Alfred would have an eye patch. One of those two things would happen. Yeah, because
Comments on this video, please help us out here. I don't remember when Blockbuster shows up.
tell you what, well,
You know, I keep saying, how do you not remember Blockbuster, the tall gray goon? And yet you're like, okay, what episode was he in? I think.
You know, he was in the one where
What season of Lost was he in? Oh, you like DC villains? Name 250.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's
I was trying to say something, and now I
no,
can't
you were
remember
talking.
what it
We were
was.
talking about Fables. You were talking about the genres.
So like the
You know,
genre
I
shop.
imagine that
No, wait, I had something funny that I was going to talk about, and you made me forget, and now I'm trying to remember what it was. It was one of the genres. Oh, yeah, it was Blockbuster.
Yeah.
The Blockbuster genre. So basically, they were coming up with some war plans, and Blockbuster guy was basically talking about, like, okay, we're going to get, like, a bunch of minefields and, like, a whole bunch of expensive weapons and shit, and we're going to set them up here, and we're going to get, like, a bunch of expensive guns, except he didn't refer to them as being expensive because he didn't know they were. It was funny because, like, one of the genres were like, how are you planning to pay for all this stuff? And he's just like, what do you mean? In my world, that shit's just lying around everywhere.
it's just power-ups.
And I was like, ah!
That does make a lot of sense. I was thinking,
Because,
but
like,
do you
all
think,
those Blockbuster
do you think he has
type
like a
movies-
weird? Do you think he has like a little brother that's like subversion, and he just shows up and he's like, hey, I'm here to change the plot. Where like Blockbuster is like, I'm driving a car and the guys in front of me shoot a shotgun at me and it breaks the glass, but it doesn't hit me. And then Subversion is like, hey, the main character is mortal now. I'm specifically thinking about RoboCop. How like, did I ever tell you that spiel about RoboCop?
No.
Where like they actually the way that they set it up is more clever than you first realize, because when they set it up, they have it that the character's like driving and the bad guys are shooting like point blank at his windshield while they're driving, and he's not getting hit at all. And then as soon as he gets into the bad guy's lair, they jump him and he just gets exploded. And think about that happening like for the first time in the, was it 90s or whatever, as an audience, where you're like, oh, this main character, he's immortal. Oh, he's mortal. He just got mortal. What happened? He just lost his god stuff. He's lost his gold glow from Hercules, the movie by Disney. But yeah, that was the whole like subversion where yeah, the genre just broke for him for a moment there. I imagine that if the genres are people, that sci-fi and fantasy are kind of like friends and enemies, in that like they're friends because they have a lot of ideas that they pass between each other.
Sci-fi and fantasy are actually twins.
Yeah, I was gonna say because that's the funny thing, is that it's all about how the setting is portrayed. Like Star Wars is more of a space fantasy, whereas something like, I don't know, I was gonna say Eberron in some cases, where you have like Magitech, where magic is more of like a extension of technology and it's used for specific like things and there's a study of it.
Right.
It's more of a magical sci-fi.
Right.
You got your magical sci-fis and you got your space fantasies.
Right. Anyway, let's get back to the game. So tell me what your favorite thing about the Steel Samurai is.
What's that guy in the back? Oh, I'm required writing. I just show up for a couple years of any person's given life.
His kind nature, I guess. Right. Come on, think of something. I really like his kind nature.
I like his
What
hair.
a guy. I like his pants. I like how they're way too long for his
I like how
lower
his pants
body.
just kind of drag along the ground. You can tell this character progression by like how much they've worn down throughout the seasons.
Totally. He looks so tough, but inside he's as gentle as a kitten. Yeah. So what else do you like about him? Fuck, come on, kid. Just don't tell me I have to
Curse
keep
in
this
front of the
back down.
kid.
Just fuck it, I don't know. Dude, I would totally curse in front of this kid. I would be like, man, fuck, man, I don't know. Look, he's like, what, 11, 12? He knows what
Do
curse
not
words are at
dishonor
this
him.
point.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your
cow.
stream.
Oh, screen, okay. I was quoting the actual
Dishonor
movie.
on your PlayStation.
They do not dishonor my PlayStation.
If you curse in front of Cody, you have dishonored not only yourself but your PlayStation. Now I want to learn the Klingon phrase for that. It's in the first episode of Discovery, but it makes a really good gif, which is, you dishonor no one but yourself. It's a very good reaction gif.
His fighting skills, I guess. Gotta think of something. I like it when he vanquishes his foes. Yeah, with Sam! The Steel Slam where I always win. Always. Check this out. It's my fan album. Oh my god.
Samurai Scrapbook.
What the? It's all pictures of the Steel Samurai. I go to every live performance. Those stupid publicity stunts where they beat each other up in public. I always take a picture with the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. With Sam, I got them all. I never missed one. That's just a perfect collection.
I mean, that's probably a really legit good collection.
Probably. You could probably make money off of that. Check it out, my new digital camera. Cody, I don't care.
Wow, this is really impressive. The newest model, isn't it? I'm reading Mia as unnecessarily.
You just sound really sarcastic. Wow,
this is just how we
so
speak at the
impressive.
temple.
You
This
bet.
is a monk accent.
This is what monks sound like. You're so cool,
It's
Cody.
definitely what we sound.
I talk like other monks talk, and they talk like me.
I get that idea from System Mastery, actually. When when they're reading one of the Star Wars books, they're like, "Ah, yes, everyone in the Hapen cluster, we all talk like this." It was a good bit. I highly recommend System Mastery. Go and support them at $5 level. They'll email you a pizza roll.
I thought that was Mr. Blanket.
Yeah, I don't think they'll email you a complete pizza roll, but they do have a Discord, and it's pretty great. You should go there. And also, I need to remember if we've got a donation thing, right?
Yeah, we do.
I keep forgetting to mention that, like, you can do that.
Yeah, we have a donation thing. Go donate to us.
How much would it take for us to get to that, like, what is it, that, like, Twitch Pro thing where you get more video space?
I have no idea, man.
Well, we're doing our best with what we got. So, and we gotta upload to YouTube. That's
Yes.
what we gotta do.
Yes,
So
that's
keep
what
it
we're
all
gonna do.
archived. Back with this camera thing. I think this camera sort of sets what the time might have been.
Maybe.
Like, not in thing, but like the era, you know? Like, it would have been around sort of this boxy stainless steel camera.
Yeah, it's an old-fashioned camera. You can tell that it's that this game was made in like early 2000s or like before the early 2000s because they still use like cameras like this.
Man, it's kind of wild how like how we entered an era where literally everyone has like relatively quick access to the internet and like a camera and a calculator.
And we use it to look at videos of cats and fight with strangers on the internet.
And you can also like do square and cube roots and stuff.
That would be the most difficult thing to
Or you
explain
can make
to
really
someone in the
artistic
future.
TikToks.
Dude, I like to imagine putting like Bayek in present day, where like Egyptian mythology has become a thing that people make like movies and entertainment things about now, and he's just like, what are these magical devices? Oh, that's a phone. What do you do with it?
Why
oh,
are your
well, I
zoo
mostly
animals
just...
so ugly? You didn't give them any jewelry. Do you hate your gods?
Hey, look, man,
Gods
go
are
to
weird and
Hey,
sleepy.
look, man, go to India. They worship cows there. All right, they might be able to talk to you easier.
What do you mean what, do they not here? Come on, man. Cows are great. Or what's a cow?
What's a cow?
I don't know if cows were native to that.
They'd be like,
region.
yes, dude, you're correct. Cows are great. Between two buns with like all sorts of condiments.
Just take him to a log cabin. It would blow his mind. He's like, dude, this entire house is made of wood. Which it doesn't. Okay, so it's probably hard to contextualize, but like if you're like an ancient Egyptian who lives by the Nile, like wood's like a precious commodity. I remember it's got this little like tooltip while it's loading the game, And it's like, hey, wood's actually like a really precious commodity because like basically you have only like a sparse amount of trees and you got to use those wisely. That's why you make boats out of reeds and not just solid wood planks.
Right.
And so like, I imagine that he'd just be like, dude, what king lives here? It's just wood all the way through. You got wood on the outside and the inside. The door is made of wood. Slow down there. I don't know. Slow down there, Caesar.
You bet, lady. I just got it for my birthday. My album has the name, wanna hear it? The Steel Samurai,
The Steel
Path
Samurai,
to Glory.
Path to Glory.
The Steel Samurai always wins, always.
said that?
Hey, if you want this, you can have it, lady.
You know, I was actually like this when I was 12, but it was more with like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z and One Piece. Especially One Piece. Oh my god, I was so obsessed with One Piece.
It's actually, I think the most impressive thing I know about you is that like, you got through like, you managed to familiarize yourself with like multiple anime series through like wikis and like finding time to watch the episodes like during like lunch on the school computer. Like, I was like, bro, this guy's gonna know all of it, and he did.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I know so many animes.
How did you legit like get caught up with One Piece, or is that just a myth that
I have phases with it. Like with all animes, I have phases with anime in general, where I like watch it up until a point where there's no episodes, and then for a while I'll stay up to date on them until I get like obsessed with a comic book or a video game, and then I'm like off anime for a few years, and then I come back to it.
That's how I was. That's how I was with a lot of cartoons. That's how I was with Gravity Falls. It's funny because I remember back when Gravity Falls was having its last season, like I saw some tweets about it, and I was like, oh, I swear I've seen that, and I went and tried to find the episodes. I was like, oh yeah, why did I ever stop watching this? And it was because it was at the end of the previous season. And I was like, oh, right, it went into hiatus while they're making new episodes for, like, X amount of time.
Right. Oh, man, dude, I remember watching, like, whole episodes of Bleach on YouTube
and
with
because
you.
Of that, one more thing, because of that,
yeah,
I got to watch the finale with everyone else, which was neat.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one thing that's one thing that I really like is, like, if a show goes on hiatus, you have that, it's actually useful for, like, people who aren't fans yet, because you can get into the series and catch up.
Yeah. That's kind of what I did with Game of Thrones. But yeah, I remember being in like high school and I would watch like full episodes of Bleach on YouTube, and you would watch it with me, and a classmate of ours would watch it with me. He had like a Greek name, and it would like buffer periodically. And these weren't like always whole episodes. Sometimes they were like being broken down into multiple parts, right? And I remember like watching that with you and this other classmate of ours, and every time it started buffering, you and me would just start yelling, annoyed, and our classmate would just go like, rats, in like this really quiet voice, this like really quiet monotone voice. He was just like, rats. He was a good kid.
That was a time.
That was such a different time. He was also partnered with us in one of our class projects. It was the three of us working on something. I think it was in a history class, wasn't it? With
I don't really remember.
Veteran dude. Oh man, high school was a different time.
Are you sure? No, the
Oh,
really?
yeah. Why,
sure?
yes, I am sure. It was quite a different time for all of us.
We had an onion tied to our belts, as was the style at the time.
I remember we were like walking to class one time, and there was like just a whole bunch of glitter on the field, and you were like, "Dude, check it out! So a vampire got into a fight with a werewolf."
Oh yeah, that was also back when those jokes were actually funny.
Yeah,
they were hip and modern.
Yeah, they were. Oh god, that was like 2012 when we graduated. Oh fuck, where's the time going?
You know, it's kind of wild because it's like now it's 2020, and it's like it's nice to look back and be like, wow, we lived through like this specific decade where like this specific cultural shift happened.
Yeah.
Like, where everyone got the internet on their phone.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy to forget that just wasn't a thing like at the beginning of the 2000s. Like sure, there was some examples of that technology a lot more sparsely. Like you could have, what is it, the original BlackBerry or what have you.
Yeah.
But like within our lifetime, within like our childhood, we lived through the era where they put the internet in a phone, or they managed to connect phones to the internet and make it actually like work, and then make it somewhat cheap enough for like the average person to have.
Right. Oh man, it's so crazy, dude. Ah, how time flies.
Yeah, I took these with a digital camera. I got all the data at home, so I can always make another one.
Well then, I'm happy to accept. Thank you.
You're welcome, lady.
Path to glory received.
Holy faces, dude.
What's with people always giving stuff to Mia? What a life. You were
That's how I
here.
got this necklace.
What's up with this necklace? It just kind of floats in place.
Did the music just stop?
Yeah, it stopped. You were here on the day. Oh, you were here on the day of the incident, right? Yeah. Did you see anything unusual?
Sorry, I had a
Taylor was yawning. Were you yawning, or did you have like something going on with your mouth there?
Cody.
What?
Never admit that you're yawning on a stream. It's rude. Exclamation point.
Oh, exclamation point.
Cody, he needs to know because he's fighting for justice. Isn't that the Steel Samurai's motto? For great justice? You have to help us fight for great justice too.
I saw everything.
Well, we might get some useful information out of it.
Back.
Ooh, what?
My music's back. Is it weird that it feels warm in here?
You're warm in here?
Yeah.
Well, fucking turn the fan on. I don't know what to tell you. There's a fan right above us. You can
It's
turn it
super
on.
chill. It's super cold outside, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's
I don't know
actually
what
kind
you
of.
have the heater set to. I figure it's because you like if your grandma is anything like my grandma was, she needs the house to be like really warm.
Yeah. Cody, I need to ask you something very important.
What are those?
What did you see on the day of the incident? Oh, the
Those are
music
my
stuff
samurai tabby.
again. I figured he'd be like wearing clogs or something.
No, he's got the samurai shoes.
Huh.
They're made of wood.
Uh,
I wonder if they're made of sandalwood. Do you think those wooden sandals are made of sandalwood?
you think that'd be pretty painful?
I mean, you gotta like buff it and everything.
I got here that day around 2 o'clock. I had to come in through the woods out back so that old lady wouldn't see me. I got kinda lost though. I was in there for maybe a half hour or so. Then I finally got to the studio. After that,
What is it, Cody?
the Steel Samurai killed the bad guy. He used his samurai spear, just like always. One shot, one kill. It happened so fast, I got scared. I went home after that.
I see. It must have been hard for you.
Man, you say those nice things, but it's so obvious you aren't speaking from the heart.
Right. Mia?
Bro, where you go? Yes.
Just getting water.
You just keep hitting the button.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think we can say for sure this means the Steel Samurai did it.
True enough.
And the director has an alibi, so it wasn't him.
Indeed.
So, the only person left who it could have been is Will Powers.
I have to admit, it's kind of a shock. But if you put this boy on the witness stand, your clients will be guilty for sure.
Let's not call him then.
I think that would be... No! I think that would be wise. Best to leave this one alone. Not so fast, pal!
Oh, of course, who else
Yeah,
would
I
it
guessed
be?
it was Gumshoe because he said pal.
Yeah.
I heard everything!
Oh no.
This boy here's a key witness, see? And he's under police protection, starting now.
Oh, fuck
Come
off.
on, son.
Fuck off, Gumshoe.
You got a rendezvous with me down to the precinct.
No, I ain't going. Wah!
Yeah. That didn't go so well.
You think, Mia?
Just kind of lifts him like Donkey Kong and walks away with him. We're back to 0 leads. And now you have a serious handicap in court.
What are we gonna do, Mia?
Well,
Well, I'd say you're fucked, Phoenix.
with a PH. Phoenix wronged. Oh, I really need to be going. I gotta go use the little ghost room. Don't worry, Phoenix. I'm sure you'll be fine. After all, everyone runs out of time.
Oh God.
See you soon.
You hear that line and it just like zooms in on you with like images flashing. It's like your Vietnam flashback. Oh God, when you run out of time, then where does it go? Does time even real? Does anyone know?
Time is an illusion of human perception.
His ear starts bleeding. Oh,
Yeah. Hey, fun fact that a lot of people may not know. Did you know? I'll wait until you're done drinking water. He's drinking water right now. I didn't want him to spit take and then just throw it on top and.
That's very considerate of you. Thank you. Don't look at me like that.
So, did you know?
My sister, I made that noise and my
Stop
sister just
looking
looked at
in
me
that
like,
direction.
what the fuck?
Just there.
She's judging me.
So, did you know that after Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, that's where the reference was.
Yeah.
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, it was the spooky puppet thing. Did you know after that, the shortly after that, the creators actually did a little something extra?
No.
They helped write and create an episode for The Amazing World of Gumball.
Oh, I did know about that.
Called The Puppets.
Oh.
And it's just as spooky as as you think. I mean, it's not like obviously because it's Gumball, it's not like as gory, but it's still like spooky as heck. It is Gumball though, so you could still also be really spooky as long as it's not like explicit.
Gumball.
So it was spooky as heck. And the weirdest thing about it is that it actually. Oh, excuse me, I dropped my.
No, sorry
controller.
about that.
The weirdest thing about it is that it actually puts a new fan theory into perspective that actually made everything make sense.
What's up?
Okay, so the major prevailing theory was that Roy, the dad, and all the random stuff was supposed to be representing a like a kids' TV show that Roy was running some kind of monopoly from, something like that. But a person on YouTube, which I really wish I remember the username, they put it together and they're like, here's the thing though, if Roy was behind it all, why would he just be like chilling out in the background when Red Guy pulled the plug? And he realized the extra bit that sort of puts it together from a combination of the puppets and interviews. In interviews, the creators were pretty candid that they really weren't as like anti-kid show or anti-big media or something as the purpose for the show. That wasn't like actually its goal, so that shouldn't be the prevailing theory. What they really set up perfectly, or what is it? The center thing of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, besides all of its weirdness, is exactly what's in The Puppets, which is letting go of the past and letting go of one's childhood to embrace one's future.
I heard about that there.
And it all made sense. Sure, the show is super bizarre, and you can't a lot of the strangeness. It's all the strangeness and stuff doesn't have a source. It's just the twist that makes it more interesting.
Right.
But the actual underlying theory, where Red Guy keeps playing around and goofing around, but he really needs to pull the plug and let go of child games and stuff. It all makes sense. It all makes sense when you use the same concept that was behind the puppets, which is, hey, we left behind some puppets and now they're angry at us. Sure, you have to literally fight the puppets of your past or whatever, but the main thing was that they just had to put them away. And it was wow, that all makes sense.
That's deep.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't really bring together the other stuff about why is it always Father's Day or what have you, but it does bring together the central theme, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Because you can
Right.
sometimes you can chalk up. Sometimes something has like a real purpose behind it, or at least a real purpose that you can read into it. And sometimes it's just pretty random. It's kind of like how someone was saying like, oh yeah, Salad Fingers must take place sometime around World War One, because of the they mentioned like the Great War, and that this character might have been a pilot or something. Like they put the pieces together, and I'm like, oh, I'm sure that there might have been something like that, but also like this was like early 2000s like strangeness animation. Like you didn't necessarily have to be that deep. It could be. My
It could
favorite
be,
my
but it
favorite
doesn't
form of
have to
that
be.
is when it's not that deep, but then the theory is makes it deeper. Like it's like someone made something and subconsciously they're like okay, this makes sense, but then but then like the theory makes it work even better, where they're like, hey, what if pancakes represent the pancakes represent pancakes. They're just pancakes, but they're a comfort food, and they're the thing he keeps returning to because they're the thing that provides some light to his existence. And like it all comes together.
That actually was a thing that was said on Doomsday Clock, because like I read an article about people talking to Jeff Johns, and they were asking if the pancake symbolized anything.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
did
and
that
at
in the
first-
last episode.
Yeah, we did that, and at first he was like, nah, sometimes a pancake is just a pancake.
But then-
like then more questioning, and he expanded on it and was basically like, well, I guess you could say it's like his comfort food, and it's like symbolizing the importance of taking joy in the small things in life or something.
Yeah, yeah, it really.
But it was
comes full
originally
circle.
supposed to just be a pancake.
Yeah, I love it when someone does like a fan theory, and it's just. It's funny because that's how it is with real media. Like people who have like created things, like this is the best example. My favorite example is Jordan Peele like going to a seminar talking about movies, and they bring up a movie he's made, and they're like, and what do you think he was thinking when he was making this? And he's just sitting there like, yes, what was I thinking? I'd like to know. I want to know what the idea that these other people got from what I was doing.
Right.
Because sometimes someone will put words into something, and they'll find a pattern that you weren't even aware that you were putting in because you just saw that as like your normal role.
Right.
Ow.
Read your line.
Don't worry, Phoenix.
Oh wait, you already read
Oh
that.
yeah.
Didn't you?
After all, everyone
Yeah.
runs out of time.
Oh God. Whoa. Come up to the trial tomorrow, please. I need you there. Mia,
Phoenix.
I need you.
Can I ask you something?
Like, I need you in my life, please. I love you. I wanna spend every waking moment with you, Mia.
Phoenix, we can't do that. Do you really believe that Mr. Powers is innocent?
Nope.
Hmm.
I mean, probably. Of course he is.
That's all I wanted to hear. Excellent. I'll see you in court then.
Great. Thanks, Mia.
See you soon. See you soon.
Thanks,
See you
Mia.
soon.
See you soon.
No?
No, what's that?
When I said earlier, after all, everyone runs out of time. See you soon.
Oh, jeez. That's just.
All right, hope to see you soon. What a horrible thing to say at a hospital. I do that at the Pokemon Center, and I just think about that meme every time.
I think there was a comedian guy who was talking about like how weird it is when you're like in an elevator with someone or whatever, and they're talking, and then they leave, and they're like, "Well, see you later." And he was like, "Why are you gonna see me later? Are you stalking me?"
Yeah, I've been a lot more careful with the specific phrase "see you later." Although a lot of the time I mean it in a figurative sense. But like sometime if it's some random person that I've met and we were just talking to have a good time, then I'll be like, goodbye.
Yeah. Have a good day. October 19th.
No, it's October 19.
October 199:42 AM. 942 AM. District Court.
Defendant.
Lobby no dot one. Defendant.
Perfect. Perfect line reading. We got it in one. Alright, so Zangief's weird brother here.
Yep. Mr. Wright. Yes.
I thought I was reading for this guy.
No, I was
no,
reading
you were
him.
reading for this guy because we had the delay last time, but I thought I wanted...
Well, I mean, I started out reading him.
Right. No, no, I
I'm-
was wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Because I started out giving him, like, the Cowardly Lion voice
Because
from
we were doing
Wizard
so
of
many
Oz.
voices. Well, I was doing, like, all the voices, and you're like, can I have this one? Right.
Yeah. Why do you look so unhappy? Oh, nothing. Really, it's nothing. Oh, Willpower's my dog. I'm sorry, but you're so fucked.
My dog addressing Will Powers and his dog.
Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier. Why are you scowling at me? Why are you
Phoenix.
scowling at me like a disappointed mother?
Phoenix.
Penis.
Client is now practically a dead man walking. Luckily, we have a monk who can channel ghosts. I guess. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. I read that as a joke and it shouldn't. Oh, there you go.
This is no time for dead people jokes, please.
Hey, just... You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet, if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it.
Something overlooked.
We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that, or lose the trial.
Yesterday is said tomorrow.
So just do it! Present your case to the jury!
Give them some indisputable evidence! Press them on everything!
Okay, here's something that we didn't mention, which is why okay, so every time we meet someone, we get a little bit more data, but there's always like something that I wish we had just asked them directly that like would have clarified things. So
Right.
It's like, oh, were you and the were the producer and the director? You were both here. What were you up to? What were you talking about?
Right.
What did you hear anything outside? That sort of thing. And one thing that like, why are the pants too long? That whole thing.
Yeah.
The one thing that really doesn't add up is, remember the sleeping pills.
Uh-huh.
We know that the sleeping pills were just sitting around, and we know that Will Powers was taking a real long nap. So,
He was probably on sleeping medication.
well, as in what if he didn't take those on purpose though? If someone like somehow like sprinkled that on a steak or
Someone
something.
like drugged him.
Yeah. And then I was thinking like, what if the what is it? Like the only. I was thinking, like, how would that add up though? Who would actually like poison? Because like I was thinking, oh, what if the kid did, so he could beat the evil magistrate? But then like I'm like, why? I feel like he wouldn't like sleep poison his one hero just so he could fight the villain, and it just still doesn't add up. Something's missing.
Something is
And we
missing.
still have these doodads that we need to keep in mind.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
That's why Phoenix needs just big old pockets, so we can just keep all these little bits and bobs with us.
Dude, speaking of having like infinite pockets, I read this meme once and it was like, so when you play Metal Gear Solid 1, Meryl is talking about how she was able to successfully hide something, and Snake was asking her how, and she was like, oh, girls have more hiding places than guys. And there was a meme that I saw, and it was like that line, but then it goes to Snake, and he's like, really? Because I'm carrying like a rocket launcher, grenades, and like mines, and a gun, and like a night vision goggles.
Smokes, mushrooms,
Smokes, mushrooms.
alligator meat,
It's like,
ballpoint pen, foam, bottle hold harpers,
yeah.
references my dad makes that I don't get, old jokes from movies you haven't seen.
Yeah, it was really funny. This isn't going to be easy, but if we hang in there,
I sent you a text so I wouldn't forget that the thing I wanted to say after what you were gonna say.
well,
It was, what if you combine this kind of game with Pokemon Snap, where you go around and you're just taking pictures, and then at the end you look through the pictures and you're like, wait a minute, what's that in the background? And it's like key evidence.
oh jeez,
Where
That'd
it's
be
like,
spooky.
well, this guy was fishing at the time, so we know he couldn't have been there.
Right, that'd be spooky. October 19, 1000 am
District
We're going
Court.
up in the world. We got courtroom number 4 this time.
We got courtroom no dot 4. Our courtroom no dot 4.
Thank you. We'll fix that in post.
Oh, look, it's the Return of the Clone Saga.
This is the first time I've actually heard the gavel sound.
Yeah?
I always imagined it.
Yeah, because it's always muted when you're watching.
Yeah, this is the first time that I heard it because I'm here and we're in the court.
Yeah.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
Do tell.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution stinks! The defense is ready too, Your
The
Honor.
prosecution has money.
Screw
Very
the
well.
Screw the rules. I have green hair. The prosecution has green hair. Shout out to Little Karibo.
Thing I texted you.
Was that a thing?
No, not that. It was. You see, Your Honor, Migo has an alibi. He was dancing with his dogs at the nighttime.
Oh
He
yeah.
could not been at the time there at the time of the murder.
Yeah, that was the text you sent me.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
The opening statement has green hair.
An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that she got a big ol' onion booty, make the world cry.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow.
Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studio. Yeah, we were all annoyed by that.
Yeah.
Because just the fact that nobody mentioned that early.
Yeah, what the fuck,
We
man?
had to do multiple investigations just to get this done.
Yeah.
Today, I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
I wonder if it'll be that producer.
The prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manila to the stand.
Oh, good. He's like my favorite person to voice. Or that director.
Alright, good luck. I just realized that he's wearing the samurai hat, but it's got the little hair thing. But
Yeah.
he's wearing it backwards, so the hair thing's on the front.
Yeah, it is weird.
Will the witness state his name and profession?
How rude can't you get? You don't know me? I'm the director. I make you Steel Samurai, noob. Bravo.
Salmonella. I'm director of Salmon Television. Fuck. I don't know how to talk.
Let's get another take on that. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Oh, hold on. Just my mic again. Please testify to the court about the events of the day. Phoenix. Let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. We're having sushi tonight. Someone in the trailer did. Someone in the trailer on that day did it.
Hey, we still doing sushi tonight? You know how I roll.
He just flies up. I like that they set that up, and then it's a cutaway later on where they're at the
like
sushi bar.
actually eating sushi.
That's set
That
up
was
and
nice.
payoff right there. It's
Oh,
little,
dude,
but
we
it
got,
matters.
spoilers for like the new Harley Quinn episode.
Spoilers: Superman might eat sushi. Also,
there's apparently toilets in Atlantis.
there's toilets in
underwater.
Atlantis, and he's watching the show on his phone on the toilet. And I'm like, oh, haha, because he's Aquaman. And I was like, how does
that work?
You know what? I don't want to think about how these toilets work. You know what? That's Atlantean water magic right there. That is the basis of how they kept. That's how they got their society above like the Stone Age. They got the magic to make the toilets work underwater.
Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure.
Witness testimony of the day of the murder.
Oh, I don't have to do the music. There's actual music.
I was at the studio from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action theme run through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that
I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employees area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch.
So that's why he and the producer would have been there when the storm knocked the thing.
Right. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it.
He's got a really thick tongue, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
That's how you... With the, so... Well, what's the person at the stand? With the... What's the person at the stand called?
The prosecutor? Or the defendant?
Not the defendant. Who's the,
witness?
The name for the person who's on the stand at the moment. The witness... Would the,
witness?
yeah, it's just like... Would the witness like an antihistamine or perhaps some other steroid to help his tongue? The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. And according to your testimony, you were in the meeting at the time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Oh, I'm gonna cross-examine the shit out of this dude, Your Honor.
We're gonna cross-examine... I can't figure out how to say it because I was doing it with my hands. I was like, we examine from this direction, we examine from another direction, and then a whole other bunch of directions. We're gonna examine all these. We're gonna be examining in 5D.
We're examining in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
5D?
That's an actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Show.
Oh man, do they use 5D holograms?
I don't know, but I wonder if they're still making new Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows. Cause like
I wouldn't even know. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Why isn't there I was gonna say, why isn't there more like abridged shows for all the Yu-Gi-Ohs? But I figure there's probably some. They're just not as well known.
Probably.
I really hope there are, just for kicks and giggles. I do love a good abridged anime.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yes, Your Honor. We're gonna examine this.
See that it's cross-examination time? Well, I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay, he was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run through. A lot more. Fuck, I don't even know where to start with this.
Well, we actually know a few details. Just press Phoenix. That is my name, correct?
Press him as hard as you can and find out where he's lying.
Okay, so I was gonna start at the action scene run through because I want to just cross-examine I just want to make sure that everyone's on the same page, that they did the fight, the spear broke, was it Will that fell over or something?
Yeah, something like that. Is that when you always come into work?
Oh no, I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way.
Yeah, I know all about the freaks in your industry.
What?
I don't know.
What?
Still,
I dropped an ice thing.
I don't know, but what does
Not sure how it got
FWIW mean?
For what it's worth, I think that's what it means.
Well, that's stupid. I was pretty busy all that day. Frowny face.
Frowny face?
Frowny face.
I like to imagine that it's just so you know how he's supposed to sound. That like he's texting with his mouth. Tell us more about that. Objection.
During the morning, I was doing an action thing. Oh wait, yeah.
Can you press the on that?
What's that? Oh yeah, press. That's what I meant to do.
Hold it. In the employee area. That's right.
That's right.
It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate.
Was anyone else at the run through?
Oh, yeah.
Funny you should use that phrase, run through. It's kind of inappropriate in this situation when you think about it.
Oh my god, you're right.
Somebody died.
Somebody was run through with a spear. They're dead now.
It's like back in what was it, like, I think it was like middle school. There's this teacher's aide, and he's checking on one of the students doing work. He's like, "So, how you making out?" And he's like, "Please don't say making out." And I'm like, "Great, now because you said it, I'm thinking it." And this is me in middle school, so I'm like,
Oh.
just let it. Just embrace the stoic ideal of take the thing that you see, be like, this is a thing, I'm not gonna let it be this thing, I'm gonna let it flow away.
Oh man. I was not there for that.
It was a giggle.
I was not there for that at all. Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting over there watching the whole thing. LOL.
Yep, that really that like puts the pieces together.
Yeah. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it.
She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else?
Nope, just us four.
Oh man.
It took a lot more time than I thought it would.
That's that. Why did it go on so long?
I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this. But WP twisted his ankle during the run-through feed.
Yeah.
Oh right, that's the one.
Which of course led to me missing my once Ruff.
It's all adding up.
What does Ruffs mean?
It's like you took Ruffle and then rolling on the floor sobbing.
Is that what it means?
Rolling on the floor slightly.
Oh man, I hope it means rolling on
Starving?
the floor. Starving? I don't know, Phoenix. You tell me.
Rolling on the floor saltily. Rolling on the floor sneakily.
You're like rolling around as Deacon from Days Gone. It's like rolling on the floor sneakily.
Rolling on the floor sonically at the speed of sound.
I hear that everyone ate lunch in the employee area.
So does this mean that does this mean the assistant could have been somewhere? No. I was gonna say the assistant would have been somewhere else, but that's irrelevant because that's not where the magistrate guy was.
Dude, if System Mastery had an assistant and the assistant made a podcast, would it be called Assistant Mastery?
Oh, yeah. That should be another... I was gonna say, like... Oh, excuse me. I was gonna say, oh, that should be another podcast they make, but it's like... Bruh, like, with their bonus content and stuff, they're actually making a lot of episodes per month now.
Huh.
I'm kind of worried, because as much as I'd love more content, I'm like, hey, let's just, like... Let's find people who like their work, who make podcasts like theirs, and then start supporting them, like expand it width-wise, you know?
Right.
Because these two guys, I mean, these two guys do need like more like support, not more shows. You're just adding more stuff for them to need to do out of the week.
Right.
Seriously, support system mastery. One of them's got a kid.
Ah.
He's got to survive. Seriously, though, support system mastery.
Neat.
What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak.
So that's where the assistant was. She was cooking up the steak.
Oh. Wait, the
Oh.
assistant is the
Penny.
coffee girl that I keep calling the coffee girl,
You
but
keep
it's
calling
the
her
coffee
coffee girl, despite the fact that you keep calling her coffee girl, despite the fact that she is obviously not carrying coffee.
Yeah, but I really feel like she should be. The assistant cooked them up. Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area.
Everyone else meaning that the witness did not eat with them?
I like to think that somewhere in that trailer there was like a plate with just a screwdriver on it.
But the question at that point was it someone's secret tool, or was the screwdriver one of the cast members? Bro, I swear, I hope that this doesn't continue too much as a trope of like us showing up to the scene and we're like, all right, I need to meet everyone who was here that day, and it's like 2 people, and they're like, and then eventually they're like, there was actually 2 other people, and you're like, dang it!
Did I not say before that I wanted everyone who was there? Why can't we just get this right the first time?
The teacher in Key and Peele where he just like throws everything off the desk. You done messed up, Ron.
But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping one.
Oh wait, no, I was gonna press home out. I pressed out everything.
Hold it!
So in the end, you didn't get to eat?
Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it?
Then who was...
I would love it
I
if...
guess you could say it was a missed steak.
Haha! I would love it if Phoenix were like Jewish, or if Edgeworth were Jewish. Because he always says, can you believe it?
Nah.
I don't know, I feel like a joke could be made with that.
Nah.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
Alright. Alright, fine.
Absolutely horrible.
What do you know?
No, it's, I don't know. I don't know if there's a Hebrew word for horrible, but I'm just gonna use that for time. that joke, not approved. No, you know, oh, you know what would be though?
What?
Okay, so we know that Damian Wayne in the cartoon is 12.
Uh-huh.
Which means in the next year we'll finally see his bat mitzvah.
But they're not Jewish.
Well, then there goes my joke then. What else would he have? A Rabin Seniora?
A Rabin
I
Seniora.
don't know.
First the Rabin Seniora, and then the Bat Mitzvah. Or would the Bat Mitzvah come first?
Bar and Bat mitzvahs are on the 13th. Quinceañeras are on the 15th.
So what if you were like Jewish and also Mexican?
Then I suppose you get both.
Huh.
Both is good.
But what if you were like Jewish and also Mexican, but like also half American and lived in the U.S., and then you got like the Sweet 16 as well as the Quinceañera and also the Bar Mitzvah?
I mean, you may as well if you want to.
And then you would get like Hanukkah and Christmas.
If you have a good excuse to have like a get together, then you go and do that.
You could have Hanukkah and Christmas too.
Yeah.
You could have both.
Look, if a friend of yours is celebrating Hanukkah, then like I don't know, they're not directly part of it. You can be like, yeah. Just me thumbs up for the back. I don't know how this works, but yeah.
Taylor's doing like 2 thumbs up, and he's like, yeah.
I like seeing this whole thing happen.
I don't like Phoenix sweating so much. Bro, can you stop? We already got one person persistently sweating in this courtroom. If we get any more than that, then this courtroom is going to smell really bad. Can we just not?
Stop. Don't even make me think about that.
That must have been tough.
Phoenix.
Yeah?
Doesn't something about that scene odd to you?
I love the way you say Phoenix in her voice. It's just like Phoenix.
Yeah, well, this is when she's in like complete serious mode at this point. I'm saying she's saying Phoenix's name like Ken says Barbie's name is Barbara when he mentions he has an allergy. Real deep cut there, but I just love that specific clip. I saw a clip of that. It was a clip of was it Barbie's like Dreamhouse thing on Twitter, and it was like the way he says Barbara, and it's like, and we'll have a big cake, and we'll have something, and we'll have maybe some bananas or something. Like no, Barbara, I'm allergic to bananas. Like the fact that that's the only time he says Barbara.
Oh man, dude,
I keep forgetting that Barbie's name is Barbara.
I would love it if like, I think Jason Todd referred to Batgirl as Barbie once.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh.
I wish I had a friend named Barbara so that I could call her Barbie.
She's mainly a Babs though, you know?
What do people call her? Because like I haven't read any Batgirl comics. I haven't read a whole lot of stuff with Batgirl in
I
it,
think
so
her
I don't know what
friends
she's
call her
referred to
Babs.
as like. In her civilian identity, she's Babs.
Yeah, I think her friends call her Babs.
No, that's boring.
I think it's fun. It's like
think
it's
Barbie
a real
would be
short
fun.
way of saying Barbara.
Yeah, but Barbie is just more fun to
There's
say.
Barbara. There's also Barb.
Barb.
Or
Yeah,
B.
Barb would be.
But I kind of like Babs because it's one of those abbreviations that's kind of like a twist where it's not just a chunk, but it's like a new thing.
You ever think about how like Batgirl and Nightwing, both being like the first Robin and the first Batgirl, are also the two people who have like just the most aged and outdated names?
You know, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll ever enter in. You know what's the weirdest thing about it all, though? That
What?
like I feel like each, as you establish like new canons and kind of layer them on, like a seashell of a creature that makes seashell.
Yeah.
For some reason, I cannot remember the name of the ammonite thing. That when that's put together, that like a lot of it is only established in relative terms. So like you have like. You know, like you have like Nightwing, and you establish him as he's older than like these other Robins, and then you have Damon Wayne. He's definitely like a kid, just like a kid. Like, do you think Damian Wayne will ever like actually age up into?
You know, I've thought about that. I've often thought about what it would be like if he did get to grow up and we got to have like a more mature Damian, and then I wonder what kind of voice I would give him because. Man, I have such a hard time reading Damian in, like, comic books because I always gotta think about the fact that, like, okay, he's a kid, but, like, also he's 13 now, which means he's, like, his voice is probably cracking now.
Dude,
so, like,
that's why he doesn't. He's extra quiet on missions since when you start to hit puberty because he doesn't want to be like you get a voice crack.
Yeah.
Being like, be gone, evildoers.
Dude, I would love it if he was, like, hanging out with his friends and they were, like, all on a mission and he was like, Titans! I mean, Titans!
All the other Teen Titans are getting their own nemesis.
I feel like Roundhouse and, like, Kid Flash would be especially, like, cruel to Robin if they ever heard his voice crack.
Yeah, on the other end of that spectrum, we know that canonically, Damian Wayne has such impressive impersonation skills that he can trick the Bat computer into accepting his voice as his dad's. I mean, he's got the advantage of being like his son, but also like I'm just imagining, just imagining, kid walks up to the computer and he's like, ahem, and then just Kevin Conroy spills out.
Makes me think of Scrubs, where they had that episode where there was like the little kid who had a.
329.
Makes me think of Scrubs, where there was that episode where there was like a little kid with like a grown-up voice. He's like, "Hey, nurse lady, can I have a lollipop?" It was like
I
a
somehow
deep black
remem-
guy voice.
I
like,
feel like
"Hey,
I remember
nurse
that,
lady."
and yet I don't remember why.
There was no reason for it. It was just a stupid throwaway gag that was in the episode.
Makes sense to me.
Just a grown-up voice kid.
Dude, more shows. I think every show should have at least one random guest Muppet appearance. Like, it doesn't have to be announced or anything, it's just there.
And what do you think about this, Kermit?
Well, sir,
I
you
think
see,
it's a very
puts
reasonable
up the
thing.
X-ray, and it's the puppet, and it's just the hand bones, and it's like, well, you see,
You have
you've got a hand inside you.
That explains,
explains so
many
many
things. It's contradictory, I guess. Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it.
Mr. Manala.
Mr. Manea. Oh, what did you want? What?
Did you just verbally say sweats?
No.
No. A wink.
No, middle finger up. Oh my
Denial.
god.
I did not.
Statement.
I am just doing my job.
I imagine this is what he looks like.
Do you always
when
say what kind of statements you're gonna say before your statements? Tautology. It is what it is.
I forgot what I was gonna say. When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. I saw there were two plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area.
And I stepped up to the window. There was a sound of a crescendo.
Of a what?
I asked Annie if she was okay. Do you know, defendant? I don't know where I'm
What the
going.
fuck are you talking about?
Slipping into Michael Jackson lyrics.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
I saw a little animation thing we got recently. Except it was Michael Jackson lyrics and then bits of Queen. So it's like sound of a crescendo, and he's sneaking up to the window, and then you just hear, and then the guy inside is like, "Mama," and then he crashes through, and he's like, "Hey, ow, Mama." And it just cuts there, like it's in the middle of the note. I don't know. It was. I don't know why it was so long.
Mama!
Mama!
Oh my god. Who ate lunch there? Yeah, that was weird. No, I had a good call, Flip. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it, but I did eat after all. Why do you have to look creepy when you
Why
say
you
that?
gotta do that?
Can you please stop? Your Honor, this guy's doing a
Can we
weird
go
thing with his
one
tongue,
case
and I
without a
don't
demon face?
like it. Yeah, seriously.
That rhymes.
Between this guy and Old Bag and like,
And Pinkie Pie.
oh yeah, Pinky Lady. What her name? What was her name?
April May, I think.
Like her voice would change every time she like got all
it's just
crazy.
like man. Look, there's a bad case of demon face going around here.
Yeah, seriously. There's some demon going around stealing everyone's face and replacing it with his own.
I'm just imagining like was it like Ko the Face Stealer, but it's Ko the Face Traitor, where they give everyone the same face. That's how you know that they've been cursed.
It's like his lesser known older cousin.
It really looked like what was that guy from Drake and Josh? Yeah, that guy. Just like a specific person. He was also in iCarly. That guy. For some reason, yeah, he just looks specifically like him.
Oh man, dude, you remember Drake and Josh? Fucking love that
Of course I
show.
remember Drake and Josh.
Such a good show.
Did you remember to cut out the door hole?
I don't remember that one.
You were supposed to cut it out with a power saw.
I don't remember that
Well, then go get the power saw.
one. Okay.
Clunk.
What? I do not remember that one. I saw a lot of...
Do you see the problem?
I watched a lot of Drake and Josh, but I do not remember that bit.
Oh, do ya? I'm trying to do the whole skit without you remembering the scene. That was what is it? They make a treehouse, and they install the pieces, but they forget to cut a door hole, so they're just kind of stuck there.
Oh, huh.
And he's like, Drake, yeah, where's the door hole? It's right there. I wrote it out with a magic marker. You're supposed to cut it out with a power saw. I will. Then go get the power saw. I see the problem. Oh, do ya?
This is awesome.
A T-bone steak, you
A
said.
T-bone steak. God, I fucking love that show. I don't care if it's still growing. Put it back in the drawer.
Such a good line. It's such a weird thing, but it's like one of those things where like one of those things where like it was one of those things that I would say like as I entered a room as I entered a classroom and I pretended I was on the phone. It's like, I don't care if it's still growing. Put it back in the jar. Anyways.
Sorry I'm late, teacher.
Didn't have any hair on it at all. Oh, hey.
No. Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I ran to the trailer thinking I could eat later. Stop making the face. So why do you make that face when you're talking about the assistant? I almost said insistent. That wouldn't have made any sense.
The insistent.
I insist that you leave the assistant alone.
I don't have any other assistant words.
Yeah,
my
me neither.
brain's a little melty.
Mine too. Clearly, a man who likes to eat, I'd suspect as much.
He's a powerful bear who loves his honey.
Yeah.
That was a line I heard recently. I was like, I like that phrase.
Wait, what was the line?
He's a powerful bear who likes his honey.
What was that from?
It was, oddly enough, from the Fernando Show, which is a talk show in the GTA 5.
Huh. So when exactly did you eat it? We took one break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then.
Of course, wolves.
Of course.
It all falls together.
A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more.
Yeah, because did they separate during the break, or because honestly, I figured that they just ate in the break room.
I don't know, but I'm pressing them.
There's only like that trailer thing.
Yeah, I don't know. What were you discussing? The Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this. The sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manila, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children.
May contain content inappropriate for children.
Could you believe it? I was watching the Watchtower database, and they were talking about the Suicide Squad and like the DCAU and like the Justice League and over there. And they were like, "Oh wait, shit, you can't say Suicide Squad because this is like a little kid show, and they don't allow that word in kid shows." Little kids don't watch this episode.
That's the Self-Bad End Squad.
Yeah, the Task Force X.
You know, Task Force X would work. It's just
that's actually what they're called. Like in canon, they're not.
So here's my question. We know
they're not like legitimately called the Suicide Squad. That's just what they refer to themselves as. Their legal name is the Task Force X.
Okay, I understand why Harley would have like a T-shirt in her size that says Suicide Squad with a little skull on it. But why did she have like several of them in like giant sizes that would fit a humanoid shark man?
Man, I don't know.
I just imagine like I'm thinking that like. Maybe like Killer Croc or something. He probably wears the same size as King Shark.
Dude, I would love it if Killer Croc and King Shark like teamed up in like their own solo comic book series. Yeah, but what if they're
vastly different?
Killer Crocodile and King Shark, or what would that be called? Like the Shark and the Croc.
Shark and Croc, the
Croc and the Shark.
Aquatic Bros. I don't know.
Super Aquatic Bros.
It depends on how you establish the characters though, because if you establish like Croc as like more of a just like a crocodile like themed villain, sure, that could work out. But if Croc is more of like an actual like man-eater, then like then you cut to King Shark is like, I don't really want to associate with like someone who literally eats people.
Yeah, but like King Shark totally eats people. Like in the comic books.
King Shark is not the violent kind of shark. We established that. He understands his limitations.
And the Harley Quinn cartoon, yeah.
No, that's what I was talking about specifically.
Oh, you mean like within the cartoon? I thought you were talking about like in general.
No,
I was talking about like both of them just having like a comic book run of their own.
The Suicide Squad T-shirts. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
I don't know. With how Harley Quinn is the show, I feel like Crocodile would probably be kind of the same. I don't know.
I guess.
I kind of can. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs.
But during the break,
you didn't take a single break? Well, yeah, not one. Sweat. What's the sweating?
I'm getting some weird deja vu because we just established.
Yeah, seriously. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Really? You think?
Hold on. Am I from the future, or did we just like establish?
We established that they took a break and he ate steaks. They just, I don't know.
Oh, that feels really.
Do you
weird.
expect logic from this game?
Is this Initial D? Because I'm having some serious deja vu.
Man, I don't know. What the fuck is Initial D?
It's an anime, and in it they skid the car, and then it makes the deja vu thing. I've been in this place before. It's the song. It's the anime skidding car song.
Is this a good anime?
I haven't seen it. I know it's got an arcade game that works exactly as you'd think it would. A lot of skidding down hills.
Wait a second. Mr. Manila, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break? Oh, Throttle! Well,
Mr. Manila, what's this all about?
well, yeah, I guess we take a little break.
Phoenix, great job.
Thanks, Mia.
If
You're
they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're going with this. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break.
Very well. Mr. Manila, your testimony, please.
Shut the fuck up, Andrew. Shut up, edgy boy.
Uh-oh. I
just
remember this really funny picture a friend sent me.
Dude, I would just love if out of nowhere Phoenix was just like, shut the fuck up, edgy boy.
It's a picture of a monkey, and it's drinking from a bottle, but the bottle says big idiot juice or something. It makes sense in context.
Uh-oh, Edgeworth was laughing. It was really one of those things they had to be there for.
Well, it had a few panels before that. It's a big setup thing.
Yeah. The break. Yeah. What?
I'm just imagining instead of him using the initials, he says it literally. So just like Raffle, he's like, yeah, phew.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, phew. We took the break, Raffle. What?
For what it's worth, is 4 syllables. Like, you can say it faster than you can spell it.
Yeah.
Especially because it's got W's in it.
Yeah.
W's are the suckiest letter because they have too many syllables.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 and base 12.
Why would we count in base? What?
I don't know what that means.
It's a different counting method, and if I try to explain it during this, I think my brain will collapse.
Fair enough. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio One. Wall. Yeah, I like that he says that as he's doing the weird rapey tongue thing.
You know,
Looking all evil.
as much as I think,
No way,
yes,
I
this
could have
guy's-
committed the murder.
Look, I want to be like, yes, this guy is shady enough to do it. But if he was shady enough to do it, how do you have time to eat the steak?
It's too obvious.
There's no way he could have eaten the steak and gone and done the murder. That's the thing. If he
feel
had
like
done the murder, he wouldn't eat the steak, and we know he wanted the steak because he just found it and he took it, he spirited it away.
Hey, I love that movie.
You know, that's a phrase that I didn't really start using until after I understood, like, that's what the movie title means.
Yeah.
It's also a pun when you think about it.
Because spirits?
Yeah, because they're all spirits.
Yeah.
And the term "spirited away" means like to be whisked away, usually in a more magical way.
Right. I feel like this guy's a red herring. Like, he's creepy enough and shady enough that you want him to be the killer, but, like, it's way too obvious.
Look, it's like the LA Noire thing where it's
Yeah.
like, look, we can book the wrong guy on purpose. I'm like, look, let's at least follow some rules here.
Yeah.
Because if we get a bad guy but for the wrong case, it's just gonna collapse later on when we get something that's actually important.
Yeah. That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me, seems.
And you say it's T-bone steak when the steak is obviously steamed.
Yeah.
Could go for a steak right now. I don't
Judge
think
is
there'll
just
be
like,
enough time for that, but that's just me.
What? Shut up, phone. The judge is just over here like,
How
fuck,
do you have
I'm
an
hungry.
alarm set if
No, it's, I usually message my friend a reminder to take her meds because she sometimes forgets.
Also, it's like 10 o'clock, so we should wrap it up soon.
Yeah, we should. Let's make a little more progress in this. But yeah, the judge is...
I don't even... Oh, sorry, I just said that. But
Yeah.
that's just me. I'm having that deja vu thing.
I like to think that the judge is just over here like, fuck, I'm hungry. Could really go for a steak right now. I have another stomach for steak.
I have another stomach for mix. No, that one doesn't work.
Judge is like, yes, I have another stomach for overgrown beards.
I have a wig for my wig and a brain for my heart. I'll kick you apart. He'll kick you apart. Someone watching this like years later is gonna be like, oh, I get that. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. Ooh, excuse me.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna cross-examine this guy. We've been streaming for like an hour and a half. Let's go for 2!
Oh no. Alright, this would be the special deluxe edition.
Yeah! Yeah, we took a break, Raffle, but it was only 15 minutes. 15! Oh wait, I read all this already. I guess press that. What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was around 2:30 or so, until 2:45. 2:30! That's the time of death! So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible, time-wise.
Maybe if someone else ate 2 steaks.
Thank you for that random shot of Edgeworth. Why? What was the point of that?
And Henry Armadillo is there. If we had an editor, I would ask them to just put in Henry Armadillo, just like kind of in the background. Like part of him is like cut out, so it looks like he's behind Edgeworth. He's just kind of waving.
What is that from?
It's from My Gym Partner's a Monkey. It's a weird deep cut, but it's because ever since I started listening to My Gym Partner's a podcast, which is just like it's on YouTube and it's just them like watching the episodes and talking about them.
Right.
But they it's not purely a podcast because they do like post like little screenshots of what's going on, and they have this ongoing thing where like every time there's a background shot, Henry Armadillo is there and he's just kind of there, but he's just always in the background somewhere, and so now whenever it's like roll call, oh yeah, we got everyone in the Justice League Watchtower. We got the big 3. We got the background characters. We got guys you haven't heard of. We got that guy, and the Henry Armadillo is there, I guess. Also, Henry Armadillo is there.
Henry Armadillo, but it was only 15 minutes. 15. Hold it. What are you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating that T-bone steak. What else? There were 2 plates on that table. Oh right, the other one was the Vasquez's plate.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, come on.
Now, everyone has a pun name. I didn't even...
Diva.
I didn't know what I said earlier.
Vasquez.
Vasquez.
The producer.
Diva Squeeze.
Diva Squeeze. Ah, dude, that's...
Campy Bills.
Diva Squeeze is probably like her porn name or something.
Stop right there.
To eat a... Oh, that's you.
To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes. That's quite a feat.
Not enough time for someone...
Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder.
Why is that?
Objection. Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor. The testimony at this point has made one certain fact painfully clear.
Dishonor on your honor!
Stop right there. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. But we just established there was a... I mean, I guess if it was... But what if okay, there were 2 plates. Unless D. Vasquez ate 2 steaks.
I don't know, man. Keep reading.
That's 2 ones, and that's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think... I just feel like, unless she ate 2 steaks, it's an ironclad alibi. That, or if he's just, like, really, really good at eating steak. Like, if he could just, like, inhale a steak.
I don't know, man.
Which, I mean, by his own statement, he did wolf it down, but I don't know how fast this guy eats steaks. We gotta raise the stakes, give him a steak, see how fast he can eat it. For the court. For science. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1.
Oh, was it now? Oh, hey, wait a second. Hey, Tucson King is here. What's up, my dude?
Woo!
We got a viewer.
You got a buddy.
Oh,
Nice to see ya.
you got a buddy. Hey, long time.
Hope you're enjoying the stream. This
Yeah.
is an extra long Super Deluxe
Yeah,
stream.
we're like an hour and 40 minutes in almost.
Partly because we just kept going.
Yeah, we just kept going. Taylor got here late, and then we just kind of
I'm
kept
sitting in
going.
this
Taylor's at my
armchair,
house. He
and it's
brought
one
a
of those-
scooter over.
It's one of those armchairs that's got enough of a hinge in it so it can rock, and so I'm just like excitedly rocking this armchair.
Just don't break it. It's an old chair.
It probably is, yeah.
What?
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? That's gonna be my line for this episode. Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio One.
Maybe.
Well, Mr. Wright, Phoenix, this is critical.
Thank you, Mia.
Think about it before you give your answer. You claim someone from the trailer went to Studio One.
Oh no, I've got 2 bits of patience as far as online. Why is it always 2 that you lose? Like if it's like that, then why does the bar need to be that big? Why
I've
not
got
just make the
2
bar
ears
smaller
and I have to hear your
just
stupid excuses with both.
Why not just make it shorter and have like only 1 bar disappear?
I'm gonna need 2 apologies for each ear I have to hear this bullshit.
You know, I would buy that for this game.
Oh, man, I gotta save that as a line for just something later on. I would like 2 apologies, 1 for each ear that has had to bear witness to this.
Oh my god. I claim it. Claim it? Should we claim it?
You know,
Should we claim it loud?
I just feel like we're chasing the wrong thing here.
I don't. I don't think it was him, but it could have been D.
Because, I mean, worst case scenario though, like I feel like they're gonna lose their patience if we keep trying to like press this. Ah, yes, he ate a steak really fast. I mean,
Well, he's not asking if we think he did it. He's asking if we think someone from that trailer did it.
yeah, I mean, they know that there was only him and the producer, and you don't think that the producer seems uninterested, but not like they were gonna kill anyone.
Yes, but if I do claim it, then I get to continue the game with having said the phrase, I claim it and claim it loud.
You know, you've got that, but you also got the bottom line, which you could read as Luke Skywalker.
No, it's impossible.
That is not Luke Skywalker.
No.
That is
That's
his dad.
impossible! Search your feelings, you know it to be true. I don't know why I went Darth Vader for Luke Skywalker.
It's like when I said, no, you gotta imagine Boruto's dad.
So...
How do you do Vader's voice? Okay, you think Luke, but his dad. That doesn't work that way, though. Luke's dad sounds like James Earl Jones.
I don't know, I feel like we're more likely to progress through this if we pick the claiming.
It's up to you, Bubba. Hey, what does Tucson think?
What do you think, Tucson?
Tucson! We need a tiebreaker thing here, because I'm saying it's impossible. He's saying claim it loud. We need the audience.
We need an audience.
I really hope they're still here.
I hope so too. It says we got 2 viewers. I hope he's one. Go ask my sister. Just go barge into a room and be like,
Yeah, but
hey!
then if Tucson votes and she votes the other way, we'll need another tiebreaker.
Oh wow, you're right. Oh god.
Unless we confirm that just whoever answers first can be the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Tucson King says, claim it loud.
All right, we gotta claim it loud.
We're claiming it loud.
We're claiming it loud.
If I agree to let everyone in that trailer off the hook, then the trial is over. Mr. Powers will be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. With 15 minutes, murder is certainly a possibility.
You got 15 minutes in here. Judge takes off mask. It's really Bonesaw.
Bonesaw is ready.
Ah, you weren't ready for this surprise guest appearance. But Bonesaw is ready!
Read your line.
I suppose you might say... Oh, hold
What
on.
are you, like, Joke Yoda doing an impersonation of Bonesaw?
doing the Bonesaw.
Funny joke!
I thought you were talking about a person named Joe Kyoto.
No, no.
Joe Kyoto.
No, there's a Game Grumps.
That's gotta be a name somewhere.
It's probably a comic book name somewhere. Tucson King says,
Joe
yeah!
Kyoto?
Tucson says, guilty. But yeah, there was a Game Grumps bit with, when they were doing their Mario Maker playthrough.
Gravelly voices, I'm gonna destroy them.
But yeah, there was a Game Grumps bit when they were doing Mario Maker, like the first one. And there was an episode where Aaron was doing, like, Joke Yoda, which was just him doing an impersonation of Yoda doing Star Wars jokes. It'd be like, funny jokes. So when you were like,
do I drive?
yeah, hey Toyota, funny joke. But yeah, that's why when you did that, but you did it in like the Bonesaw voice. It was like,
you might say that. Not seriously though, I can't do more of those gravelly voices.
yeah, well don't. Alright, I've got the judge thinking now.
Excellent, he's thinking.
Oh no.
I'm tisking loudly,
I'm
in case the court stenographer cannot hear.
I'm tisking very loudly. Do you notice it? Tisk, tisk, tisk.
You know those little signs? You know those little...
He just like gets up and he like goes over to the defense side and just gets up in Phoenix's face. It's just like tisk.
I'm reimagining
tisk,
those JoJo panels where it's the thing on the side is supposed to mean like ominous or ooh, but instead of ooh, it's tisk. So it's like they're approaching instead of ooh, like an ominous hum. It's just tisk, tisk, tisk. Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright.
What's your point, Edgeworth?
Wondering if you're free tonight. I mean, you've been doing your homework, haven't you?
Oh, hey, no, I'm totally free, man. You want to go do something? I mean,
Hey, if it doesn't have a barcode, that means it's free, right? If you don't have a barcode, are you free tonight? Look at the court record.
The court record?
Yeah, you're a lawyer. Surely, you knew that that from 2:15 to 4 o'clock p.m. the path between the studios was blocked.
Surely you knew
I knew that, and don't call me Shirley.
Surely you knew that I was not afraid to take a stand. I don't know, I was trying to do an M&M joke.
It was too much of a stretch.
Yeah.
It was too far of a reach.
Mrs. Monkey D. Luffy, I mean Mrs. Monkey's Head.
Look, you gotta get a lot more slim and shady in the morning to make that joke work. That was worse than I expected. I apologize to the audience. I'd like to apologize to the court. Most of all, I would apologize twice to Mrs. Monkey's Head. Once for each ear that has had to listen to that joke.
Technically, she couldn't have heard it though, because she's like way far away.
It's just this courtroom without my dumb jokes. It feels so empty without me.
Feels so empty without me.
I gotcha. I got you with an M&M reference.
Yeah, you got me.
Basically, all I know because I only remember stuff from like the 2000s where like M&M spoofs were like just all over the place for some reason.
Feels so empty without my spaghetti.
It all adds up.
Dude, what if Stacy's mom is Jesse's girl and her number is 8675309?
And her son was gonna go to a rap battle but choked.
Yeah.
And she made him spaghetti.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, that means that Eminem is Stacy's brother.
Oh my god! It all makes sense now. I've like got my hands on my head.
Is Eminem's stepdad?
I'm doing that like mind-blowing meme.
I hope
From the
everyone
YouTube
is
video.
imagining
Yeah,
the
like,
gesture of him putting his fingers to his temples and then opening his hands as his hands move away from his head.
That's my mind blowing up.
Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path. And
Whoa!
as you know,
You're right.
As you know, the producer and director are characters from Firewatch and cannot hop or climb anything irregular.
Hey, sick Firewatch callback.
They're effectively Captain Olimar. They cannot hop.
Oh man, that was from my Firewatch
I learned
stream.
recently that bears don't jump very well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think they would.
Yeah, I mean they're hefty, and the funny thing though is that like they're hefty and they can be fast, but they don't have much of the musculature for jumping.
No.
Yeah, they're not exactly like leopards where they're like lithe and springy. Bears they're just too sturdy. Apparently they only got a ground clearance of like a couple inches when it comes to like trotting.
Apparently.
Neat. I learned something today.
That's interesting. Read your line.
True. The break in the trailer. Hold on. The break in the trailer. Oh, I was reading it as the trailer was broken. True. The break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. True. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way.
Ellipses. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but
If the
Edgeworth
head
has
is
a
on
point.
the floor, you can't ignore.
If the pants don't fit, you must acquit. And somehow I feel no desire to correct them.
If the path was blocked, you can't be shocked.
If the path is blocked, then there's no cock.
Workshop that one a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, JKH, just keep heisting. JK is already a thing. It's muddled.
Just keep heisting.
No counter argument. For some reason, I read him more like Clayface that time. No counter argument, Mr. Wright. And I'm afraid you lose this round.
Oh shit!
I do believe we have. I believe we have seen enough evidence.
Don't
I
bow
would like
to
to
this
leave
court.
Mr. Manila from the stand.
Don't fucking bow like some Victoria era fucking
You're just thinking
High
that 'cause
Lord.
he's got a neck ruffle.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously.
I saw the most beautiful thing today.
What's that?
Someone was like, you know how like samurai and cowboys are based on this sort of like a romantic image of a warrior from a bygone age that no longer that like the world no longer needs them or something.
Uh-huh.
You know what fits into that? Then they were saying, you know what fits into that that perfectly?
Circuses?
Circuses.
Yeah.
You saw that post too.
I saw the tweet.
And I was like, bro, I would love the story of like a circus that's like it's kind of like one of the last circuses.
You know what I would love?
And everyone's like, "Cool, Vegas," and they're like, "Nah, man, Vegas is one place.
You
We gotta
know,
be a traveling circus. We gotta be free."
you know what I love? Well, you know what I would love?
Traveling circuses.
No, but well, yes, but like what else I would love is sort of buddy cop movie, but like it's a cowboy and a samurai doing a team up thing.
I'm nodding. You can't tell, but I'm nodding my head slowly and squinting my eyes on the thought.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
yeah, he's got that thinky face. Well, what? It's over? It can't be over.
Ichigo pops out. It's not over.
It's not over. No, it was like the two kids from Bleach. What was it?
That one weird scene
that, like,
had way
one
more staying
specific-
power than anything else I've seen in the show. I remember just a little bit about the Bount arc and everything.
Yeah,
but for
wasn't it
some
like
reason,
wasn't it like the two kids living with
I remember
Kisuke?
the joke episode so vividly because it was weird and like silly.
It was so bizarre.
Look, we
it
come
was
from the Lamp Society.
yeah, you know we're the
bunch
Lamp
We're a bunch
Society.
of genie people, and we come from the Lamp Society, which is like a
Oh,
realm inside
that
of
weird
a magical
dream
lamp.
sequence thing. Oh, it was such a weird episode.
That's on my list of episodes that every show has. Is a episode that's a weird dream. that
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
has.
Oh man, but that was such a weird bit because like it was one of those, not the lamp thing, but the it's not over thing. It was like one of those after episode things. You remember back in the earlier Bleach series where they would have like weird gags after every
Yeah, they
episode?
have those.
One of,
Apparently, a lot of like animes have those, and they and some other like the imported version that gets cut. And I didn't even know that. Like, did you know that like recently, Pokemon Sun and Moon, um, the English version just kind of starts at the start of the episode, but the Japanese version starts out with like a chalkboard, and one of the characters is like, "Alola, today is another day for Poke questions." And then it'll just like do a random Pokemon question.
I didn't
It'll be
know
multiple
about that.
choice. Yeah, and it's weird. I wonder. I think it's like a bumper thing where it gives them more bumper time or something. But it's entirely cut in the English version, and wonder. Maybe it's just so they didn't have to translate the bumpers like that.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know.
But all
Also,
I
the
remember,
theme songs are different, and I think the Japanese theme song for the later seasons was actually really good.
I don't know, but like all I remember is that ending to that like after episode gag
It
where
just
it
pops
was
up. It's not over.
it was like Jinta and Ururu, I think.
Dude, I would love Bleach so much more if the characters were allowed to goof a little more.
Dude, it'd be
Do that,
great.
just Bleach, but make it a little more goof troop. Make it a little.
It's a little goof
Now I'm
troop.
just imagining. Oh man, now I'm just imagining fan art of what's Goofy's son's name?
Max.
Just Max with like some real baggy samurai pants. It's like, Dad, I've got to go save the Spirit Society. I'll be back before dinner.
Beef.
I will. Time passes differently in the spirit world, I think.
I guess that's the logic we're going with. Anyway, read your line.
Don't forget your sword. It's bonded to my soul. I summon it from my chakras.
Have fun storming the castle, Maxie boy.
You got your band-aids. Actually, no, you got a point with that one. I'm gonna grab some band-aids. Bro, can you imagine if like bringing like proper like just like a basic first aid like ends up being like a major plot point?
Dude, actually, there was an episode of Bleach with that. Going back to Bleach, Ikaku has like this ointment thing in the hilt of his blade that he like puts on his eye above his eyebrow where he got cut, and he's like, even shallow cuts from above the eye bleed profusely. You must stop the bleeding. You can't just wipe it away. And he like points ointment on it, and he's like, "Hey, that's not fair. You got a special ointment for your thing." And he's like, "It is too fair. It's called being prepared, you moron."
Yeah, I'm just imagining that where it's like, okay, it's like you're an adventuring party, and it's like, wait, you guys didn't bring bandages? What?
That's crazy. I always wonder where the characters in Inuyasha get all their bandages, because like every season has like multiple points where multiple people are like getting bandaged up by other party
I
members.
mean, who do you think sells more bandages? The bandage stores in Inuyasha or the bandage stores in Naruto?
Good question.
Because you don't even have to be injured. You don't even need an excuse.
I would say Naruto, just because there's like so many more characters there than in Inuyasha.
Man, I love how everyone's so prepared and that they're just wearing bandages.
Yeah.
If you get cut, you're already bandaged.
Yeah, that and they just wear them for like no reason.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
it's a turn.
Although Rock Lee did have kind of a reason.
Well, no, just Wesley voice. Turns out they're very comfortable. I think they'll be in fashion everywhere.
Well, yeah, Rock Lee did actually have a legitimate reason. Although it isn't like a necessity, his style of the Primary Lotus required having him like use his chakra to control the bandages and wrap them around his enemies.
Oh.
And he would like bind them up like that. Mike Guy never did that. Mike Guy would just like grab them and straight up pile drive them into the ground.
Yeah,
but Rock Lee did
having,
the
like,
thing with bandages.
extends your reach, so I can
But
see
like,
that as
yeah, but like no one else
something.
ever had a reason for that. It only ever made sense with Lee.
I was gonna say, I mean, besides literally just being like spare material you could use if you got cut, I think I think the other thing is like somehow ninja culture started out with like hand wraps, you know, like the boxers wear under the boxing gloves, or
Yeah.
like various people use while they're training,
Yeah.
so they don't just like destroy their knuckle skin.
Yeah.
I think it all started there, and then like it became a cultural thing where it's like, ah, yes, this is the show that I'm serious about being a ninja, and so it made its way into other forms of fashion.
Right.
Like it just expanded from there. It's like, look, If you ain't got the bandit shirt, you need a mesh shirt like you're about to go to a rave.
Alright, read your line. We gotta keep this going.
I can't not see mesh shirts on ninjas.
Read the line.
Very well. Court's opinion on this case is as follows. She got a big ol' onion booty, make the world cry. We have found there are several other people in Studio 2 on that day of the murder. However, it's also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, these pants are way too damn long. Given the size of the costume, none other than Mr. Powers could have worn it on that day.
They got a thick onion pants make the world cry.
It's too early to tell that joke once more. You must let it simmer like an onion. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness.
Oh no, it's that Cody kid.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yo mama!
My witness is none other than Joe.
Joe.
Joe Mama. Dude, that's gotta be a Phoenix Wright character. Joe Mama.
I mean, probably.
Joseph Mamanio from, I don't know.
Probably in like some
He makes
fan
Mama's
fiction.
famous pizzas or something.
Dude, can we like read some Phoenix Wright fanfiction when we're playing another game that doesn't require us reading dialogue boxes?
What, you want to just play Jet Stranding while I read a...
Play Death Stranding while reading Phoenix Wright fanfiction.
I thought of the dumbest thing, which was you know that 2-player game where there's no communication, you just solve puzzles with someone on the internet that you don't even know.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called, but it's like one of those like legendary games. I was thinking, oh, what if we did a stream of that? And then I was like, oh no, we'd totally ruin it though, because we'd be because like we'd find like, I don't know, set up our TVs next to each other and play, and we'd just be talking to each other the whole time, but it would ruin the effect of playing a game with an actual other human that you never speak to.
Right. It would be crazy.
So, my witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. Rabble. Piece of carrots. Order! I will have order!
I'll have a number 3 with fries.
A number 6 with extra dip.
Oh wait, what's the
A number 9 large.
What's the number? What's the San Andreas bit where it's like Big Smoke? He's doing his order.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, so
yeah,
that guy. Never played San Andreas.
And
I really want
large soda of indeterminate.
Oh yeah, a Diet Coke.
You know, he never orders a Diet Coke.
No?
Nah, that's you're mixing a bit from elsewhere in comedy.
Oh. Well, I think they did that bit in That's So Raven.
Ah, they also yeah. And they also did that bit in Teen Titans.
Huh.
It's like this, and a diet soda, and it's like, oh, we don't serve soda here. We just only serve meat. Well, then a cup of meat juice.
Oh yeah.
He was so confident, but when reciting that line, I'm like, that is really weird.
So gross.
I see. The court will now take a 10-minute recess, after which we'll hear your witness.
Perfect.
Court is adjourned for recess. Play the recess intro song. If we had an editor, that's what we put here.
Yeah. October 19/11/04 Am District Kurt Defidant Lobby No. 1.
We really should say it.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. Let's
Mia noises.
Mia noises. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching our extra super duper deluxe extra long episode. I've been Taylor.
I've been Lou Jack.
So just remember, I'm Taylor. He's Lou Jack. This is Captain LJ Bird Dog channel. He's the captain of
I'm a
this
captain.
of the channel.
Collectively, we're the People Orions.
We had a brand.
We have a brand.
We have a brand. Yeah, so just remember, take care,
Stay awesome,
have a beautiful day,
and we'll see you next time.
and LouJack will remember to hit the middle button. So we can,
Yeah, you know, we always say have a good day, but like we always do these at night, so like
That's the funny
people's
thing.
days are already over.
Have a beautiful multi-hour time.
Yeah. Bye.